Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Selena if you're new. Thank you guys for joining me. So today I have a review on the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts eyeshadow palette. So the palette looks like this. It's got this beautiful tribal print on the front and on the back. And then it's actually a sleeve, so it opens up like this. And the actual eyeshadow palette is a matte black packaging with gold trim. And on the back it's got the name and the ingredients of the eyeshadows. And on the bottom you can see the gold trim. And this packaging is a matte packaging that feels like the Lorac Pro palette. But when you put them beside each other, the Queen of Hearts palette is a lot bigger, as you can see. The Lorac Pro is right here, and the Queen of Hearts to here. Okay, and anyways, this is what the palette looks like, and when you open it up, these are the shadows. I'm sorry if I'm blinding you guys, the gold is really reflective, but these are the shadows. So I used this palette today for the first time to create the eye look that I am wearing, and I was going to do a tutorial to show you guys my live first impressions, but I've been doing tutorials lately, and today I just thought I would just do a review and give you guys swatches at the end. So I used quite a bit of colors in here. I used Air, Royal Prerogative, Noblewoman, Ladyship, Duchess, Princess, Empress, and Royal Highness. But I used all the mattes in here, and I used two of the shimmers. I probably should have used Crown, but I went in with my Opal highlighter to do my brow bone highlight, but I did Royal Highness in my inner corners. So my thoughts, I'm really impressed with this palette. I have heard all the rave on this palette, so I was like, I need to get this palette. And I wasn't sure how the formula would be because I never used anything from Colored Raine. But I definitely love this palette. It really surprised me when I first used Air on my lids, and it was super pigmented. There's a little bit of kick up on your brush, but there's not a lot of fallout. But you just have to like tap it off because it's super pigmented, and you just gotta go in with a light hand. But this palette is absolutely stunning. I love this palette. Now, do I recommend this palette? Yes. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, it is a $50 palette. And if you have tons of eyeshadow palettes, I think that you don't necessarily need this palette. But if you're an eyeshadow junkie collector that just loves buying eyeshadows, then of course you have to have this palette. I will say that some of the colors, they do remind me of the ABH Modern Renaissance and also the Laura Lee palette. So I'm going to actually show you guys. I haven't opened these up, but from what I'm seeing, that's what they remind me of. So I'm going to first show you guys the Laura Lee palette. If you guys don't already have this palette, it looks like this. And here is a side-by-side view of both palettes. So I put a Noblewoman all over my lids, and I thought Noblewoman reminded me of In One Ear in the Cat's Pajamas palette. And now that I'm looking at it, it is pretty similar. The Laura Lee's got all these purpley shades and these golds and these light matte browns, which the Colored Raine has these purple shades and these golds as well. But there's no orange in the Laura Lee palette, and I love a matte orange. So I definitely do recommend this palette. The Laura Lee palette, though, it was like $45, so this is only $5 more. So if you're wanting one or the other, I would choose the colored Raine. Now, let's go ahead and look through a comparison of the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia. Okay, so on the bottom is the Anastasia palette. And these are also very similar. There's the orange shade, there's the purpley shades, the gold shade. Well, actually, the Queen of Heart palette, the gold shade is pretty different. But yeah, those are just some comparisons that I see at a first glance through my collection. But, I mean, if you have a ton of eyeshadow palettes, you're going to run into repeats with new eyeshadow palettes. So, I mean, you don't have to have every palette, but if you love collecting like I do, then I definitely do recommend this palette. I think this palette is super blendable, and the matte shades go on like a dream. I had no trouble blending, and this shade Noblewoman that I have all over my lid, I do not have on any Fix Plus. So these are truly pigmented, and if you add the Fix Plus to give it an even more intense look, I'm sure that it would just be absolutely stunning. But I'm going to zoom you guys in on my look that I did. So yeah, that's my look that I did. And this is the palette one more time. I definitely do recommend this palette if you guys do not already have this palette. So this palette definitely gets an A+ in my opinion. So that is my review and first impressions on this palette. If you guys are interested in seeing more looks or anything else on any other kind of eyeshadow palette, just let me know down below, and I will do a tutorial or whatever you guys want to see. So now here are the swatches. Alright guys, here are the first 4 shades of the palette. The first one is Crown. This is extremely pigmented. I just went in with one swipe, and as you can see, it is truly pigmented. The next shade is called Royal Highness. I use that in my inner corner. And this is absolutely a beautiful light purpley shade. The next color is Your Majesty. It's a beautiful gold. That was one swipe as well. And it is truly just buttery and smooth. The next shade is Princess. It's a matte shade. I use this in my crease. I had to swipe this on twice, but it is truly beautiful in the crease. So these are the 4 first shades of the palette. Alright guys, here are the next 4 shades of the palette. The first one is that orange shade called Impress. The purple shade is called Queen Mother. This is absolutely stunning. Look at that swatch. The next shade is that matte shade called Air. And the last shade is called Royal Prerogative. Now, again, these mattes, I had to do 2 swatches to build this up. But when you apply them on the lids, they go on absolutely stunning. Alright guys, these are the last 4 shades of the palette. We have Noblewoman, which is that beautiful shimmer shade that I used all over my lids. We have Ladyship, this matte purple. The next shade is Duchess, and this one's a little bit more pigmented for a matte. And the last shade we have is Death Throne, and this is absolutely beautiful. It's got shimmer in it. Now I will say that the second shade right here called Ladyship, it is definitely more drier than the other shadows, and I have heard that this one does have a different formula in it, so this one is not vegan. So it's just a little bit more drier, but when I swatched it, the color came off, was just absolutely stunning. And I did use this in my crease, and it does work. But yeah, these are the last 4 shades, and this is it, you guys. I hope that you guys liked my video, and that if you're not subscribed, if you can please subscribe to my channel and help me reach 100 subscribers, and you guys will be entered into a giveaway if you go to my review of the Anastasia and Breezy and Soft Glam palette. I am giving away a Breezy highlighter, so check out that video and check out all my other videos, and if you have any other video requests, just leave them down below and I will be sure to get back with you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.